Hey, Legal Eagles. Remember all those crypto and fintech law courses from law school? Probably not, unless you took mine. So it's time for you to reskill, upskill, and lead. Join our Pivot Your Practice summer web training series so you can go beyond your JD to 10x your value in Web3. Gain essential knowledge and strategies in financial regulation, compliance, IP, and more. With only 20 seats available, don't miss out on over $5,400 in value without wasting time or money on traditional approaches that, quite frankly, haven't caught up to the future client's needs or even present-day realities. Register now at advantageevans.com and go to the head of my class. That's advantageevans.com. A Harris administration, I believe, could represent a monumental shift in how the United States approaches cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, moving from a restrictive and often adversarial stance to one of support and innovation. A President Harris could lead the Democratic Party and the country towards a more inclusive and supportive approach to cryptocurrency and underpin and solidify her commitment to economically empower the middle class and marginalized communities. Welcome to Tech Intersect. I'm your host, Tanya Evans, and my life and work exist at the heart of law, business, and technology. Yeah, I've earned a few fancy titles and degrees over the years, but the bottom line is I'm a writer, speaker, teacher, and lifelong learner, and I'm really excited that you've joined me on this journey. So what is Tech Intersect? Well, it's authentic, empowering conversations with really interesting guests who demystify complex topics to prepare you for the future, because your future is now. And it exists where law, business, and tech intersect. Get ready to listen, learn, and leverage. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Tech Intersect Podcast. I'm your host, Tanya Evans, a professor, expert in crypto policy and law, the author of Digital Money Demystified, available wherever books are sold, member of the DCG Board of Directors, and a passionate advocate for digital currency and blockchain education. Now, as a Black woman, lawyer, member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and a proud graduate of Howard University School of Law, and a Bison baby. Both my parents graduated from Howard University undergrad. I bring a unique perspective to the transformative power of decentralized technologies for economic and social justice. And today we're going to talk about what a Kamala Harris administration could mean for a clean slate for crypto regulation. It could reshape U.S. crypto policy to foster economic justice and innovation leadership in the emerging Web3 economy. So let's unpack that. This is part of a larger series I'm calling Electing Crypto 2024. In this particular episode, again, focusing on what a Harris administration would mean for the regulation and transformation of the crypto economy. Okay. What a difference a week makes. Now, on Thursday, July 18th, Donald Trump formally accepted the GOP nomination as its candidate for the 2024 presidential election at the Republican National Convention. That was just days after he'd survived an assassination attempt. And on Sunday, July 21st, at exactly 1:46 p.m. Eastern Time, President Biden announced his decision not to seek reelection. In that moment, everything changed. The political landscape became as volatile as, a Bitcoin price chart. And with an endorsement from Biden that came soon thereafter, Vice President Harris has quickly become the presumptive nominee for Democrats, raising small dollar donations at a pace reminiscent of Barack Obama's insurgent 2008 presidential campaign. But the enthusiasm stops at the door of a well-funded crypto industry that has taken an offensive position to protect itself from a hostile regulatory environment and driven it to coalesce around a single issue voting bloc set to cast its votes for the GOP nominee. Almost as soon as the Biden news broke, I started seeing social media posts from the crypto community. Sometimes we call that crypto Twitter, about what a Harris administration's stance on crypto would be. I saw things like, what is her stance anyway? How could it be different? Probably won't be different. Would she continue the regulation by enforcement, the hostile policy position, or embrace the opportunity to reimagine crypto policy with a view toward embracing the new economy, or set off in a new direction entirely? And then I started seeing a flurry of social media musings that Vice President Harris was considering attending the Bitcoin 2024 conference, which is taking place from July 25th through July 27th in Nashville, Tennessee. Trump, Michael Saylor, Elon Musk, they are all expected to appear, making it a significant event with very, very high stakes. It is one of the more important conferences in the Bitcoin community and the crypto community at large. On Thursday, July 24th, the conference organizer and Bitcoin Magazine's CEO, David Bailey, shared on Twitter, on X, that VP Harris declined to attend. So a lot of hostile comments under it, kind of like, go figure, can't trust her, very disappointing. It always seemed highly unlikely that she would be able to attend, given that scheduling a senior federal official takes longer in the best of circumstances than 48 hours. And now, not only as vice president, but as the presumptive nominee who learned of this over the weekend and became the presumptive nominee like on Tuesday, I think we need a little more space and grace around this. The process involves coordination, review, and vetting by multiple offices and the requisite approvals, not the least of which is from the Secret Service. Nonetheless, even the consideration to attend is a win. With the crypto industry's voice on the Harris campaign's radar, Vice President Harris now has an opportunity to address a deeply concerned, and rightfully so, concerned and invested group of Bitcoiners and begin the reparative work of bridge building to counter the anti-crypto aggression and the regulation by enforcement initiatives deployed by the current administration's position. Now, let's talk a bit about Biden's anti-crypto policies. Under the Biden administration, driven largely by figures like Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat from Massachusetts, and SEC Chair Gary Gensler, no stranger to crypto, who, of course, was for it before it was against it, but that's a story for another day. The crypto industry has faced stringent regulations brought on by agency overreach that ultimately had to be curtailed by the federal courts. This enforcement-heavy strategy, labeled as Choke Point 2.0, has pushed many innovators offshore and stifled domestic growth in the digital asset sector. It's a reactive stance that's contributed to a lack of American leadership in global crypto innovations. Now let's talk about Vice President Harris's tech-savvy approach and kind of learn if past is prologue, it will be an interesting opportunity. So we can contrast Biden's policy to Vice President Harris's record, which suggests a more balanced view on technology. She has historically engaged with major tech firms and shown a cautious yet open approach to tech regulation, focusing on fostering innovation while managing risks like privacy and misinformation. So her more moderate stance historically could bring a much needed recalibration to the United States approach to crypto regulation. And so I propose a vision. Let's be visionaries. Let's reimagine, if you will, what a new economy 2025 would look like. Just let's spitball a little bit here. So I'm going to start calling this New Economy 2025. I chronicled this in greater detail in an op-ed published by CoinDesk. So head to CoinDesk.com after this episode And you can read my full thoughts. So I'm kind of hitting the high notes on this episode. All right. Think of a then President Harris championing a balanced regulatory framework that encourages innovation while protecting consumers, investors, and builders. And this vision includes clear, comprehensive crypto regulations, enhanced consumer protections, support for decentralized finance or DeFi, and robust privacy laws. And by promoting financial literacy and global regulatory collaboration, a President Harris could position the U.S. as a leader in the digital economy and bolster an overall administrative focus on economic justice for not only investors, but builders of the infrastructure that's powering the Web3 economy. So what does the slate of policy positions look like? We start with securities and banking regulations, the foundation for growth and for trust. And one would certainly be to amend securities laws for clarity and innovation. Now, those amendments would ultimately come from Congress. So while we are focusing on the top of the ticket, it is critically important to also focus on down ballot races as well, to have both the political will and the votes both in the House and the Senate in order to move forward any initiative. But the executive branch and basically the CEO of the executive branch, also known as the president, sets the agenda. The agenda can only move forward through the legislative branch. All right. So when we talk about amending laws, we are focused on the legislative branch of our tripartite system of government. The legislative branch makes the laws, the executive branch administers the laws, and the judicial branch enforces the laws. All right. So when we think about amending securities laws for clarity and innovation, that's clarifying the distinction between securities and commodities in the context of cryptocurrencies, having administrative agencies agree, and certainly advocate for designing specific agencies to regulate the crypto industry. Many have argued that that should reside with the CFTC unless and until there's a security involved. Also, there is no such thing as a crypto asset security, also a story for another day. And so final point for amend securities laws for clarity and innovation that will go very, very far in ensuring a unified regulatory approach that enhances market growth and encourages innovation. 2 is to update banking regulations for crypto integration. This is a huge issue. So 1, modifying bank regulations like the Bank Secrecy Act or the BSA to establish clear guidelines for banks interacting with cryptocurrency businesses. And this would create a more welcoming banking environment, kind of give the green light to the banking environment because a lot of them are sitting on the sidelines for fear of engagement with cryptocurrency businesses. And a welcoming banking environment for the crypto sector reduces the risks and promotes broader integration and accessibility, which is critically important. Now, moving on to promoting economic justice and opportunity, a third policy position could be reforming tax policies to support the digital economy. And that means addressing the unique aspects of digital assets through reformative tax policies to provide clear guidelines on the taxation of crypto transactions and holdings, and simplifying compliance for individuals and businesses, thus promoting equitable economic participation. 4 would be to enhance consumer protection laws. So strengthening laws specific to the crypto market to ensure transparency and protect against fraud. Develop measures that provide clear recourse or recompense for victims and enhancing consumer trust by ensuring a safer investment landscape and marketplace. 5 would be to develop robust privacy laws for individual data protection. So enacting strong privacy laws to protect individual data within blockchain and digital identity systems. And this ensures that crypto transactions and digital identities respect privacy rights and safeguard individuals from potential exploitation. There's a lot of power in financial privacy, and developing robust privacy laws is an integral part of an overall policy initiative. 6 would be to integrate crypto and blockchain education at every level, incorporate crypto and blockchain education into national education standards, fostering financial literacy. This includes integrating crypto education in school curriculums, in professional education, on the Hill, in every branch of government as well. This is critically important. The reasoned approach to regulation comes from well-informed legislators, quite frankly, and well-informed agency staff members. We are a lot farther along in 2024 than we were earlier. I first entered the space in 2017, but we're not where we need to be sure. So financial literacy includes necessarily literacy for the Web3 economy and beyond. And so education becomes critically important in this regard. Have you ever found yourself puzzled, wondering if cryptocurrency is just a fleeting trend, a scam, or perhaps the future? Hi, I'm Dr. Tanya Evans, and I'm here to introduce you to my new book, Digital Money Demystified, Your Ultimate Guide to Deciphering the Crypto Maze. As a legal policy and crypto education expert, I've crafted this book to cut through the chaos, debunk the myths, and tackle the FUD. That's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. From captivating headlines to meticulously sourced data, I guide you through the promises and the pitfalls of digital assets. With 12 chapters and 10 myths dispelled, Digital Money Demystified is designed for investors, business owners, and professionals eager to navigate the digital economy. It's more than just a book. It's a tool for economic empowerment that directs you safely and confidently from cash to crypto. Say goodbye to bewilderment and hello to enlightenment. Transform from crypto curious to confident. Sidestep those scammers and embrace the future of work, wealth, and creativity. Grab your copy of Digital Money Demystified today at the book's companion website, digitalmoneydemystified.com, or wherever books are sold. This is the right book, the right voice at the right time. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Stop by digitalmoneydemystified.com now. 7 is allocating federal funds for blockchain research and development. So R&D is critically important. Supporting research and development in blockchain technology drives innovation, maintains the United States as a competitor, a leader, having a competitive edge in the global digital economy. And this focuses on creating job opportunities and promoting economic inclusion through technological advancement. We often talk about and focus on investing in cryptographically secured assets and participating in DeFi. Some people may never, ever buy a cryptographically secured asset. They may never know what that is, at least in the short term. But they may want to build a business or have their business pivot to participate meaningfully. So there's regulation by enforcement and scaring folks and disinformation and misinformation, what we call fear, uncertainty, and doubt, also known as FUD, that I talk a lot about in my book, Digital Money Demystified. We have to move all of that out. People who are well-informed make well-informed and prudent decisions. So in addition to investing in education, investing into blockchain R&D is important as well. 8 would be to promote DeFi platforms for financial inclusion. So this idea of being one's own bank is so empowering. Encouraging the development of decentralized finance platforms that provide financial services without traditional intermediaries that would empower specifically, in addition to being a benefit for all, in particular, those constituencies and communities that have been systemically marginalized, those who are underbanked or unbanked. This would be a powerful move forward. And so an approach, a policy shift around this area aims to enhance financial services access for underserved communities and continuing to foster financial inclusion. That is really the promise of this financial technology. 9 is to form public-private partnerships for public good. That's a mouthful, but let's break that down a bit. So establishing collaborations between government agencies and private blockchain companies in order to develop public infrastructure projects. And don't forget educators as well, and lawyers and other professionals who need to keep pace and help to kind of build this plane while we're flying it. Using blockchain to improve public services and economic opportunities universally also helps to explore regulatory sandboxes to support innovation. I'm a huge proponent of that. I know that Hester Peirce has talked quite a bit about that. She's a commissioner from the SEC. I love that idea, and I commend to any incoming administration to take a closer look. And finally, number 10, harmonizing international crypto regulations. So as the United States, we need to lead. We need to lead global efforts to develop harmonized crypto regulations, and this will ensure that the United States remains influential in shaping the global digital economy and fostering international stability and innovation. If we don't do it, another country will. And we're really pressing our luck when it comes to whether or not we will lead, because this is a global infrastructure. This is a global technology. It's like trying not to participate in the internet. This is the next iteration of the internet, where we've gone from, Web 1.0, where there was the pure dissemination of information and we were all recipients, to the development of the early days of Web 2.0. You have a bunch of servers serving out information to clients or computers or us, the end user. But also end users started to develop the ability through peer-to-peer technologies to communicate with each other. You might remember, shout out to Gen Xers and Boomers and older millennials, when peer-to-peer technology, file sharing, I'm using air quotes because today I'm not recording the video, but I use air quotes because I'm an IP lawyer by training, and a lot of that was copyright infringement. But at the time, there was a lot of excitement about the internet and peer-to-peer technology, because we could be both recipient of information, but also create user-generated content and connect directly with each other without siloed information in these big databases. But then, the latter part of Web 2.0 coalesced around a few giants. I guess we're not even calling it FANG anymore, but the Facebooks and Googles of the world. And now we have quite the centralization of power because of the siloed data and the utilization of that data for further monetization. I imagine a world in the not too distant future where we will be in control of that, using the same technologies, peer-to-peer technology, to not just send messages or, media files, but now the messages are communicating value. That is extremely powerful. And there's a lot of untapped potential there because of the mis and disinformation. It's actually the reason that I wrote Digital Money Demystified, to not convince anyone to use or buy crypto or to engage in the crypto and blockchain communities, but at least to make an informed decision, to be able to separate fact from fiction. So overall, this reimagined world, the slate of policy initiatives collectively aim to recalibrate the stance of the United States on cryptocurrency, balancing regulation with innovation, ensuring economic justice and access for all. And the balanced approach can help position the United States as a leader in the global digital asset economy and foster a more inclusive financial landscape. So final thoughts. A Harris administration, I believe, could represent a monumental shift in how the United States approaches cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, moving from a restrictive and often adversarial stance to one of support and innovation. And by adopting these 10 policy shifts and updating necessary regulations, a President Harris could lead the Democratic Party and the country towards a more inclusive and supportive approach to cryptocurrency and underpin and solidify her commitment to economically empower the middle class and marginalized communities. Give that some thought. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure if you're already following me on Twitter, or X, excuse me, then you are in constant communication with me. I definitely love a good tweet. I'm also on Instagram, and I have a TikTok account, but make sure you're not faked out by the fakers. I'm IP Prof Evans, which IP stands for intellectual property, prof like professor. And let's get into it. Let's find a way through a unified voice to make the ecosystem a better place. That's what I remember when I first got into the space, 2017, 2018, when we all within the community were working together for solutions. I very much understand the disillusionment with politics. We had a lot of hope in 2020 when we were moving away from the positions of then President Trump to President-elect Biden, because Trump was railing against Bitcoin, saying all of the standard bits of mis or disinformation around crypto is for criminals, it's drug money, it's this, that, and the other. He's changed his tune now for the purpose of fundraising, it seems. Whoever takes office, we're going to have to hold them to account. But ratcheting down the kind of the hysteria and staying on message of the policies that are going to make the best difference. Shout out to Vitalik as well for taking a very principled stance to caution against single issue voting if the other policies don't align with the original ethos and spirit of inclusion and equity and all of the other things that come with perhaps a libertarian stance. I did an article on Medium that actually gave a really interesting comparison of the original ethos and spirit of Bitcoin with the economic justice and social justice principles of Kwanzaa celebration. Go check that out. I'll try and find it and drop it in the show notes as well. But we have more similarities than differences. Sometimes it's difficult to find it and to hear it and to see it. We are far more alike than we are different. And we can make a difference if, in a principled and reasoned way, we sit down and figure out what's in the best interest, not only for number go up, number go down, but also what it means as a matter of economic empowerment, economic and social justice. All right. So let's see. Final reminder. I am hosting a summer FinTech Law virtual cohort. It's a small cohort. So by the time you listen to this, it might already be closed, but take a chance. If you don't find out, you won't know. Go to advantageevans.com. We take a deep dive into blockchain, crypto, and the law. Generally, that's the first part, and then focus more specifically on intellectual property in Web3, so IP in Web3. So if you are interested in being the smartest lawyer in the room or legal professional, or you just want to learn more about the space, please join me in my summer cohort. Again, you can find out more information at advantageevans.com. Another exciting thing I'm doing, which is free 99, is hosting some regular free virtual FinTech Law briefings. There's so much going on. I'm writing all the time. I can barely keep up, but I want you to have the benefit of my real-time thinking as I'm gathering information to do more op-eds, more speaking engagements, and share some of that prep with you. 30 minutes. Usually I'll do 3 topics, and you can learn more and register for not only the cohort, but also the FinTech Law briefings. They're all conducted by Zoom or Google Meet. It depends on how big the group is. And for the briefings, again, go to advantageevans.com. And if you are still trying to make sense of Bitcoin and blockchain and cryptocurrencies and Web3, oh my, start by getting your copy of Digital Money Demystified. I speak in plain terms, a glossary of terms. I start with my own introduction and rabbit hole experience into the crypto space. I know you can't tell, but I'm one of the most risk-averse people ever. And so the fact that I could convince myself and then go out and educate the next wave of lawyers and legal professionals means that you can do this too. Get your copy of Digital Money Demystified at digitalmoneydemystified.com or wherever books are sold. All right. Until next time, be good to yourself and others, and let's keep the conversation going. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to the Tech Intersect Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you love it, please tell the world. If not, go ahead and tell me. And in either case, drop a comment or ping me on social media at IPProfEvans with the hashtag Tech Intersect. And finally, a quick reminder on digital safety. There are a lot of scammers out there impersonating me and others, and I need your help. Now hear this, and remember, I will never slide into your DMs to say peace and blessings or hey, and I will never reach out to solicit your time or your money on social media like ever. I'm not a trader. I am an educator and an attorney licensed in 4 states. Thank you very much. I'm here to inform, inspire, and empower. No cap and definitely no Forex. So be careful, make good choices, and remember, I developed an entire free masterclass about the topic of digital safety in the crypto space. So check out secureyourcryptobag.com for more information. That's secureyourcryptobag.com. All right, that's all for this episode. Until next time, continue to shine. Hey there, Tech Intersect listeners. Have you ever encountered naysayers claiming crypto is too volatile, a total scam, or a hacker's paradise? Well, it's time to dispel these persistent myths and reveal the truth. It's exactly why I wrote Digital Money Demystified, available now wherever books are sold. And this book is your golden ticket from being crypto curious to radiating crypto confidence. Navigate the crypto world with clarity and conquer the chaos. Get your copy today to learn about my journey, separate fact from fiction, and maybe even embark on a transformative journey yourself. Don't stop there. Enhance your learning experience exponentially. Join the DMD Insiders Membership Club. It's a gateway to premier coaching, engaging community, and unparalleled content that complements the insights in the book. Together, we'll unlock the potential of digital money and stride confidently into the future. Visit digitalmoneydemystified.com, grab your guide to the crypto universe, and become an esteemed member of our Insiders Club. Let's decode the digital dollar and invest in your crypto-savvy future right now.